I was smiling
move your
at
stool up or
Thailand.
whatever, but we want all the people to hear it. We're paying for that accent. We want to hear it, man.
That's literally all I'm bringing.
Oh my, look out. All right, this is good.
There's nobody between two gyms tonight, though.
There isn't. It's just space. Space between two gyms. Hey, Jim.
Me?
We hear that pin, man. That's coming in
Is this
nice
gonna
and
get
hot.
confusing?
Good, right?
That's right.
So if you say Jim,
We'll
which
say
Jim do you
British
mean?
Jim.
That's
British
right.
Jim.
It's either J or BJ.
Let's go with Jay.
Vagina.
It's a good start.
Because it
And there we
embarrasses
go.
all the boys here.
Well, I'm excited
Girls
to be
don't
here
care.
tonight. I am
Girls don't
excited
care.
to be here tonight. All right, there we are. Now everybody can see our lovely faces. We're here. So
How'd you like me saying scrotum all night?
don't.
I don't like
We're
that.
already there, y'all. We're already there.
But I also don't like-
Anyway, this is a friendly
I don't like the
reminder
word
that
crotch
Maverick
either.
Rose Music Hour is part of Retro Rewind on WCOM. That's WCOM FM LP out of Chapel Hill at Carborough, 103.5 FM on the dial. If you ever want to catch it, we are live from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern every single Monday. And you can listen live online, intergalactically, anywhere where stuff is streamed.
Everywhere. I've listened to it from other places.
WCOMFM.org. So, like I said, we're on location out here at the Niche Wine Lounge in Holly Springs. It is half price wine because it's Monday. They're still doing that, right?
They are still doing that.
Which
good.
half?
That's cool. Which half, indeed?
The half that's
She's like, can I get the free
up
half
here.
first?
Yeah,
That's right. So,
Are we smiling at Thailand? What's going on?
Zen wants to know how we're already off the
Thailand?
rails. He's like, he just tuned in and it was like scrotum. It's like, what
See?
did we just got here?
Jim
man?
started that, not me.
Zen's out there?
Yeah, Zen's out there.
You
man.
know I'm on Facebook now, but there's really
I didn't.
You
there's,
are?
There's
You haven't
nothing
sent me a friend
there.
request.
There's nothing. I don't know what to do with
You
it.
gotta add people.
It's just
So,
a name.
what
You
do
got to
you-
help me
somebody.
out, Zen.
What are you
I'm looking for Jim.
What are you-
There's nothing
Now it's
there.
out.
What are you
Now
there
it's out.
under? Are you
I
under,
don't know.
Are you under
My-
your name?
yeah.
Jim Spelios?
Just pictures
Or
of
Master
scrotums.
Cylinder?
So
Which one are you on?
I'm
at?
my name, I think.
So then,
Don't look at me. I don't know. We're not friends. I
Zen
didn't know
will
you
know.
were on there.
Jim Spillia.
I'm gonna have to friend
This
you.
is
Do you know how to?
as soon as we get off the air.
I'm
yeah.
doing it. Do you know how to accept a friend
No,
request?
no, I'm not in. I'm not going to do any of that.
It-
till
Is Zen?
I need a training.
Is Zen,
He's not going to do any of that. So he's going to be on Facebook, but he's not going to be on Facebook.
is Zen gonna accept all your friend requests? Zen, will you accept my friend request with him?
That's right. Can you please add us to
Marty's
Jim's-
doing it right
please
now.
yeah, Marty's adding them right
Well,
now.
you're on Facebook, but you don't want to play.
I still want those cards, though. He designed a nice card based on your design, Maverick.
Card for what?
Only with my picture instead of his. But
Nice.
maybe we should use Maverick's picture also. I don't.
What's it a card?
Catfishing already.
What's it a
A
card?
business card.
Oh, a business card.
How is it already off the rails, man? This is
Yeah,
wild.
let's.
Oh, Marty gotcha.
I love it.
Did you find them?
Right.
Are there any
Well,
pictures?
bring that up during the intro. Bring that up during the intro.
We
So,
wanna-
There's nothing there.
Are you his first friend?
first and foremost, we are a music.
Second friend.
First and foremost, we are a music podcast, and Darcy's going to help us by looking at some lyrics.
I am.
tonight.
So here are my
what do you
lyrics
got
for the
us?
week. So I can't sing it like you guys do, so it's going to sound really bad.
Oh, Zen said he tagged both of you in the live post, so you'll be tagged in the
Oh,
live post
awesome.
on So
What's that?
What's a
mean?
live post?
all of your friends will see that we just went live. So
Oh,
anybody
cool.
that you're friends with will.
Oh,
will
I don't
access
have
to the
friends.
show now.
You have two now.
there you go.
Marty and somebody else.
Thank you, Zen. We appreciate you, man.
But you have to accept their friend request.
Oh, well, we'll see.
I can show you how to do that.
How much do they have to pay?
They have to pay with their life.
It's a
Jim.
subscription.
With their life. All right.
Much like Patreon.
All right, let's stop.
All right, here's my lyric.
Farting
And again,
them
it's
out.
not going to. And I have the theme, I have the song in my mind, but I can't say it. So, homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home where my thoughts escaping, home where my music's playing, home where my love lies waiting silently for me.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Homeward bound.
It's beautiful. I love
Yeah,
it.
it's a wonderful song, but ask
Yeah.
me why I picked that one.
Why did
Why'd
you pick that?
that one?
Because we are homeward bound this week after
Oh, all right.
after 4.5 months from the house fire.
All right. After
we
the
are,
house fire,
we are
finally-
getting home
finally getting
by
it
the end of
back.
this week.
I love it.
And, you know, it has the words "my love" in there, which you wasn't even listening to me. I thought you might be affected by this.
That's
but
right.
yes, so there was a reason I picked this one.
Do you know where he wrote that?
I don't. Where?
I have no idea.
Merry old England.
Oh, wow.
When he was touring there, as he was missing home.
Aw.
Wow.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, ladies.
And we were going to include
Said it
him.
better. Good night, ladies.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh, with a pen, I can't do the pen.
I didn't know this was
Look,
that go.
I
I'll
like
tell you-
bouncing that pen.
Not only is the show lit tonight, like we are 100% live, and I think it's because
British
you're
Jim.
here. It's British Jim brings this chaos energy.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Just
but
pure vibes.
But look, I'm telling you
It's-
right
it's
now
the
in the
lights
chat,
off his
look,
head.
Zen is already hitting us back. He goes, wait, we talk music here? And then Sparrow says that she's going to request you because just for the spectacle of it all. So
Request me for what?
you're going to get friend requests now
Oh,
from the
all
podcast,
right.
man. So there you go.
There you go.
That's it.
That might be your third friend.
So a little Simon and Garfunkel for you on a Monday. And I'm going to tell you the most
They're
Garfunkeliest, the most Simon and Garfunkeliest guy that I know. That's not true at all, actually.
I don't know what a Simon and Garfunkel
I don't
guy
know. I don't
is.
know what that means either. But anyway, please welcome to the Maverick Rose Music Hour our good friend Marty from Rescued Wood Rehab. How you doing, Marty?
Hey, Maverick. The Maverick Rose Music Hour is brought to you by Rescue Wood Rehab, and Bud the Shop Dog is right here by my side.
It is.
It's so hot that he can't be on camera.
Yeah, we're not going to run the
Yeah.
Bud Cam tonight. We'll talk a little bit about that later when we get to production failures.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we are working on our technical difficulties tonight. Show should run smoother, and going forward, we will soon have everything completely ironed out.
That's awesome. So
Yeah,
I want to talk about getting things ironed out. So you remember that Darcy and I had our 18th wedding anniversary?
That's right.
Couple
The
weeks
por-
ago.
Are you
the
asking?
porcelain
Yeah, I'm-
anniversary.
I'm
the
adding in
porcelain
my head.
anniversary
Are you
was-
asking?
Bad move, Marty.
18. And getting back into the house, I gave her a toilet, right? It was our
That's
porcelain
right.
anniversary,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
And I
And-
really did appreciate that.
And yeah,
And she,
you're
and she
welcome.
gave you something you had to assemble.
So yes, and she gave me something I had to assemble. So let me tell you how all that worked out. So number one, and I do woodworking, for a living. And,
You're a manly
and-
man.
Yeah, and this put together dresser. It was 3 components.
Yeah.
One component took me 4 hours to put together.
It was awful.
Needless to say, the other 2 will not be getting completed. And I could, yeah,
He could have.
I could have built a new dresser.
And it
That's
would have been,
heckling you in the back.
and
I
it
love
would have
it,
been a
man.
lot nicer.
And on top of that, this morning, the toilet leaked.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, so we both had.
Oh no.
It wasn't a bidet. No, but we had so we had failure gifts. But we're gonna fix one of them.
You know what's amazing about that though?
Yeah.
Love keeps you together, man.
Yeah, no, it
It's
keeps
good
us
The
stuff.
marriage
together.
stays
Keeps
strong.
us together,
If we
yeah.
could survive what we just did, 4.5 months in a small.
You know, one of the things that keeps Jim and I together is the love of music. So if
Yes.
you're playing out there at home, keep in mind that anytime that we say Jim and I, go ahead and take a drink. Doesn't matter if it's alcohol, water. Look, even British Jim knows.
British Jim came prepared.
I'd say regular Jim, but there's nothing regular about Jim. But yeah, Jim. So anyway.
Speaking
Yes.
of drinks, we're here at Niche Wine Lounge, and Andy has prepared a special drink. And let me step back a moment and grab that.
It's pretty. They all
It
are
is.
pretty. They're all pretty.
It's water under a troubled bridge. Is that right?
Oh,
Water.
It's
this
a
is-
Simon. It's Simon and Garfunkel.
It's
theme.
Garfunkel-y.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. It's a
Garfunkel-y.
Garfunkel-y drink.
And it's
It has
urine
quite
color.
the color, and I understand it's made with tequila.
Oh my.
And so we had this discussion before: is tequila is not a good thing.
Gemini. Just because I wanted to see it happen. You're right. Tequila's dangerous.
yes, it is.
Ow!
Oh, you said ow.
That tastes like an alcoholic push-up.
You know how I know it's serious?
What's an
He just
alcoholic
pronounced it
push-up?
alcoholic. Like that,
Yeah.
it already hit him. He took
Yeah.
one sip and he's already.
this
like,
is not good news.
You know,
for-
you know what a push-up is, right?
oh, that creamsicle thing
Oh,
or
The
whatever?
creamsicle
Okay.
push-up
Yeah,
from
yeah,
your.
yeah.
It tastes like a creamsicle?
from our
Nice.
child. Yeah, you want to taste it?
No, I'm good.
It's like-
It's delicious. It's delicious. I'll bring it
All
around.
right, I'll
for-
taste it.
I'll bring
I'll
it around
taste
for
oh,
tasting.
oh,
in a
No,
moment.
here
let me
comes,
taste
here
it.
comes.
All right, you guys have a great show.
Thank
and
you very much.
I'll deliver
We'll
the
check,
drink.
Yeah, we'll check in with you here in just a little bit, Marty. Thank you so much. So thankful for Marty here to be a part of the show, Rescue Wood Rehab.
You wanna taste it?
And we are on location at Niche Wine Lounge where they do live entertainment 6 nights a week. We are working on that 7th night as well, so it's good.
Does it taste like a
Thankful to
adult
Ted
push-up?
and Andy out here.
Do you know what a push-up is?
Whoa, Jim just made a face.
Exercise.
So,
That was
my
serious.
love, they didn't have push-ups in England.
No.
I just taste whiskey.
Look, that's why I've gone on guns.
I hate whiskey.
Well, if it's tequila that tastes like whiskey, that's an improvement, I
It
think.
tastes like honey.
Well, in America, we developed a use for our used toilet paper rolls, and we put ice cream in there, and you pushed it up as a kid in the 70s. It was
That
it was
sounds
kind of one of those
perfectly
things.
hygienic.
Yeah,
I don't know where you're getting creamsicle out of that.
That's actually true, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
Didn't they do something with paper,
Well, your drink is here. my
toilet
friend.
paper
Yes,
rolls
sir.
during COVID? Wasn't there something with toilet paper rolls during COVID?
Yeah, no one could get toilet paper. We had to use the rolls.
Let alone with ice cream in them.
That's right.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, isn't it?
Well, that's how lipstick pickups came into being on guitars.
Lipstick pickups?
Yeah, so like Dan Electro is famous for using this, but even like the Fender Telecaster, the little thin metal pickup in it. So during, I guess it was like during World War II or whatever, because of rationing, they didn't have lipstick to put in the lipstick tubes.
Oh.
So there was a bunch of tubes and no lipstick. So they sold them and they built guitar pickups inside of them and then put them in the guitars.
Look at
That's
you bringing this
innovative.
back to music.
So back
Well
to
done.
music, man.
Well
I'm
done.
trying. I'm
Well
trying
done.
really hard.
He's a master.
I'm trying
at it.
really hard to keep the
Because
wheels
he doesn't
on
want
this
us to
thing.
have any fun unless it's about music.
I wouldn't say all that, but that's what
Well,
that's supposed to be what people are
I
here
just
for.
said it.
So, all right.
They might be here for Jim.
Well,
they might be here for
speaking
you.
of being here for Jim, it's half price wine because it's Monday. I think it's time we do our wine of the week. What do you got going on, Jim?
Well, it's not musical.
That's all right.
Well, then we can't do it.
Well, let me paint a picture.
I'll find a way to tie it back in. I'm up for a challenge.
I'm sitting in my apartment in Dover, New Hampshire, middle of December, watching TV. I think that two-part episode of the Rockford Files, my favorite, written by
Nice.
Juanita Bartlett.
You know who they're written by.
Yeah, well, she's the best.
Oh.
David Chase and Stephen Cannell wrote on that show, but Juanita's the best. So anyway, there's a crawl across the stream, bottom of the stream. It's the middle of December.
They did crawls back then?
They did crawls.
I
yeah.
don't remember that. Okay.
They've been doing that for years.
Okay.
Tomorrow morning, starting early, there will be a nor'easter. Over a foot of snow expected. The crawl goes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching the Rockford Files. Now I'm in North Carolina watching the Rockford Files.
Same
Emergency alert. The whole screen goes black. Thunderstorms in the neighboring town from 5:20 to 5:40. Thunderstorms. The screen goes blank for 3 minutes. Emergency warnings.
Maybe it's a really bad thunderstorm.
No. It's for,
It's a summer storm.
raindrops are falling on my head and there's emergency alerts. There's some music for you.
So what you're saying is the thunder roll.
Oh, you know
And
that
the thunder roll.
one. That's country, Maverick. That's country.
I know.
Okay.
No, so I think your point is that we don't know how to deal with weather in
Well,
North Carolina.
that's-
Is that the?
It's the same like when it rains, nobody's going to come to a gig as opposed to a snowstorm in New Hampshire.
That's
would
true.
still-
12 inches.
But I'll tell you this: if there's a hurricane, we're throwing a party.
That's right. Do they have crawls in London, in England?
It's a pub crawl.
I mean, well, exactly. I was listening politely. I didn't really understand what you were saying in terms of the crawl aspect. What do you mean by crawl?
You know
the little small text that comes across the bottom of the screen during.
that gives you
Okay.
warnings
Yeah.
or says schools
Okay.
are closed.
It doesn't
or-
stop the show dead, and that's for a nor'easter.
But the thunderstorm-
As opposed to down here.
Got you.
But they're like, it's gonna rain a little bit.
How long have you lived down here?
Let's see. I think it's 5 years.
And why did you come here?
Feels like 8, but
For
I think
music.
it's 5.
Did you come here for
For
Okay,
a
we'll bring it
musical
back
project
to music.
Yeah.
that didn't pan out.
Oh, okay.
Can I just clarify?
Yeah.
Did you miss 3 minutes of the Rockford Files? Like, was it they didn't pause it and then restart? You
Oh,
literally
yeah,
missed
no, you
3
missed it.
minutes, so you just had to
Yeah.
guess.
Thank God you knew what it was, though, right?
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
It's wild. That is pretty wild. All right. Well,
Screw the
So-
crawl. Screw the crawl.
That's that.
yeah. So basically, the moral of the story is they don't take weather as serious up north as they do down south.
I guess not. The secondary moral is don't let Jim do this anymore. What was that, Ted?
Oh, there you go.
No. Canada wasn't even around when they were doing pub crawls.
Canada wasn't around.
Speaking of Canada, we got
Pub
a Game
crawl.
7 tonight. Is that going to affect our
Viewership?
ratings?
I don't know. It might.
They're
I guess
two
we'll see.
different countries, though, Edmonton and Florida.
Unless people are listening to
Game
this in the
7 of what?
future.
Hockey.
It went to Game 7?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
go Panthers.
Florida's more alien than Canada as far as
Hey,
I'm
hey,
Especially
hey.
for hockey.
That's my home state.
Especially for hockey.
All right.
He said, no, it isn't.
Well, because it's true. Initially it was Michigan, but then it was Florida.
Nice.
And he's a Michigander and a Floridian.
Michigan's good. 10-cent bottle deposit.
Well, I'm
You
going
get
to
a
go
pack.
ahead and switch us back to
Music,
yeah. Let's talk about our one-hit wonder, since I had the one-hit wonder.
which you
this
did
week,
not
so-
share with me.
Yeah, so we'll listen to it later on the radio show. We're gonna do Edison Lighthouse. Love grows where my rosemary goes.
Do
And
not
nobody
know it.
knows it. I mean,
Do not know it.
1969 was the year.
I bet
So
Jim knows it.
They
Great South.
Do you know it,
so
Jim?
apparently Edison Lighthouse.
Go
So
to my rosemary.
I thought-
Both Jims know it.
yeah, I thought. Well, okay. So I thought this would be a topical song because it actually made it to number 1 in England, but it only made it to number 4 here. And they actually had 6 songs top the charts in the UK. But here they had that one song that went up,
And what
so
is-
they
what
were
is their
they were
name?
a bit Edison Lighthouse.
And you know them?
Where are they from?
Yeah, so they're from England,
Okay.
and they were big over there, but they only had one hit here, and then they disappeared. And so that's I thought that would be interesting
Were
to
they
talk about
all
'cause
wimpy songs
Jim
like
and
that?
I.
Okay.
Sorry, British Jim and I. There, you don't have to drink on that one. British Jim
But
and
you
I
can
talk
if you
about
want.
that. Yeah, British Jim and I talk about that pretty frequently. Bands that he knew of growing up and stuff, and that maybe I heard of, but they're underground here. Other people don't know about them or whatever.
Like
I
the
know.
Beatles?
Well, I was gonna say I can't do a full show without talking about the Manic Street Preachers. When we talk about that, he's like one of the only other people that I've ever met that knew who they were.
Massive in the UK.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. So, definitely, man.
Were there other hits, wimpy ass ones like Rosemary?
They were actually a soft rock band that then reformed into a rock band, but their rockers don't really rock that hard. So yeah, all their stuff is kind of chill, Air
Right.
Supply type
I
stuff.
do not know them.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
That's good
it's
stuff.
kind of a sideways view on that, but my favourite is the Outfield
Yeah,
with your song. Gets
Yeah.
played a lot of the time over here.
Your Love. Yeah,
I'd never heard it before I moved to America.
really.
Really?
British band.
Are they- oh, they're
made
from-
it over here with that one song.
Yeah, so they didn't
Nobody's
hit-
heard of them in the
They
UK.
didn't-
And every
Really?
girl sang that song.
I did not
Let me
know
tell
that.
you.
So that song is actually on a list. I was reading a list a while back, and it was songs that get drunk white people to dance. And Your Love is like number 3 on the
So,
top
you know-
10. Like if you play that song, drunk white people will get up and dance.
There's
no
a
matter
Saturday
what.
Night Live skit around that song. Have you seen it?
I have not.
It is. Look it up. It is awesome. It's a
what?
Saturday Night Live skit around that song.
Hey Marty, could I get your assistance
really
for a
good.
second?
So take
This camera right here, I believe Bud maybe bumped the thing. So if you could just bring
Don't
it back
blame
just a
Bud.
little bit.
Don't
Well,
blame
I
Bud. Don't
want
blame the
them.
dog.
Just turn the whole thing this way. So
Oh, that did get bumped quite
the
a
other
bit,
way,
didn't it?
little. No, the other way. Your other left. Keep going. The other way. No, the other way.
Go to your right.
The
Go
other
to your
way.
right.
To me.
Yeah,
to
keep
you.
going. Keep going. And then bring it a little bit out towards us.
That Outfield song is a bile-inducing video
Technical
also.
stuff right here. That's
I don't know
perfect.
that I
okay, thank
saw
you.
the video. Well, I'm sure I
There we
saw
go.
it,
Look
but
at
I
that
don't remember
shot.
the video.
Marty framed
Just
it right
the
up.
guy walking
Let's make
around
some noise
singing.
for Marty. All right. Thank you.
I do think-
he doesn't just sponsor
I
the
think you
show.
would
He also
appreciate
fixes the
the-
Just so
camera.
you know, that was
Or the
right,
skit
not
from
left.
Saturday Night
Just
Live.
Your left,
Maybe.
my right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's whatever. It worked. So thank you, my friend. Appreciate it.
But yeah, look up the video. Look
yeah,
up
so
the
the outfit. What's
look up the skit from Saturday Night Live. It's
I will
very
have to-
funny.
yeah.
It's
I
very
mean,
funny.
Yeah.
I saw it recently.
But Jim is not a fan of that video. It's because it's
I don't remember the video.
Some
though.
creepy guy singing
The-
and walking around.
the weird thing about that video. The thing that gets me about that video. If you've never seen, go watch Your Love by the Outfield. The video.
I'm gonna have to because I don't remember.
So
it.
they're on. It's a video of them filming a video. So the
Okay.
band is performing on a soundstage, and then it's kind of like
They did that a lot.
it's kind of like Patience from Guns N' Roses, where it's like the band is filming a music video and they're filming them film the music
I
video.
feel like
So you
that
can
was a
see the
pretty
camera
common video,
and people
right?
watching through the set. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
And the guy's like 4'11".
he is
looks
really
goofy.
he's like Napoleon out here
Is
walking
he?
around. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look. I don't remember it.
yeah. So it's good. But anyway, so later we'll be listening to Edison Lighthouse and Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes. Yeah.
Is there a hidden meaning with that? Is Rosemary a girl?
Yes, I would
Okay.
assume that Rosemary is a girl.
It's
yeah.
as sappy
guy,
as
I
it
don't care.
sounds.
It's
You haven't
yeah,
heard
it is.
that?
It is a
think so.
straightforward love song. So
Is it
Yep.
okay? From 1969.
69, nice.
You pulled one from the archives, man.
That's right.
You
I
pulled
just,
the
I
gem.
just wanted
You
to
pulled
say
the gem.
69 on the air.
Ooh, now you're getting spicy.
All right.
Usually you try to keep us sane.
Well, I gotta push the boundaries every now and again.
Yes, you do. Vagina.
So, for those of you that want to help sponsor the quality content that you get on this show, you can check us out
English
at
is
Patreon at patreon.com/The Maverick Rose Music Hour. The first 40 paid Patreon subscribers will get one of these fancy pins, which has our logo on it. And
Which I forgot tonight.
we do appreciate the continued support. So thank you
Thank
for
you.
that. So you'll get to hear Darcy. We've got clips of just Darcy saying vagina on there, if that's your thing.
Jim can say wanker. Do it with your English accent.
Should we do it 1, 2, 3 in a row?
Sure, yeah, whichever you like.
Vagina.
Scroll.
Wanker.
Sawed off, mate.
Demonetized. All right. So, anyway, Jim, take us into our deep dive now, please.
Speaking of English, bonds.
He hit it again.
Help me.
So,
What is going on tonight? It's a full moon. It's full moon fever, just like Tom Petty was talking about.
No, my love, you needed to fix it. Did Bud hit it again?
He did, yeah.
It's in protest. There's no bud cam.
That's good enough. That'll work. Thank you.
We can see the side.
Go
of
ahead,
Jim.
Jim.
We can
So
see
my
the side
deep
of Jim's
dive
head.
is the Kinks, who are not an unknown band, but I'm surprised at how little people generally know them. Like, what do you know of the Kinks, Darcy? I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying.
Well,
for
you know
general-
what I'm going to say.
You just one song?
Well, I yes, and that the lead singer was married to Chrissy Hine.
Okay. The song is Lola, right?
Well, no, there's another one I know.
It is? What is it? You really got me?
That's the one.
All right.
Yeah. But I knew it first with Van Halen.
Okay, so let's say this. So Darcy says she's got 2. So you, as a non-musician, how many Kinks songs do you know? Are you familiar with the Kinks? Like,
Yeah, no, I've heard them. I just go with Lola. That's the main one that Lola is the main one I've heard. Oh, you've got to get really close
Yeah.
to this. I thought
Yeah,
you
you
want
wanna
to
get- no,
yeah.
I'm not used to you trusting me with a microphone.
A fist link.
We wanna hear
Nancy,
you.
would be in-
We wanna hear
I've got to
you.
really lean in.
That's right.
Sorry.
That's right. Yeah.
No.
I got to get my money's worth out of your accent.
Normally you give me one or two drumsticks. That's the
That's
best.
right, yeah.
You don't
So,
trust me with a microphone.
For those of you that don't know, not only is Jim a friend of ours, he is also 1/3 of Between Two Jims. Some of you may have seen the reels on of us playing together.
And they're fun.
Yeah, so he is our sometimes drummer with Jim and I. In Between Two Jims. Sorry, so I just want to. So he's got Lola there. So one of the things, and I know you're about
Does
to
that
go.
disturb you that people don't really?
It isn't that. It's
No.
the point that over here, at least, for laymen, for people who are not musicians, a lot of them don't know the Kinks. However, pretty much all of the musicians, a lot of the biggest bands of the 70s, 80s, and so on, were influenced by the Kinks. They're a very influential band. Musicians love them. They're a musicians band. Sorry, go ahead, Jim.
Why are
That's
they?
all right.
I
Why
don't
are
mean
they,
to take it away.
Why?
but
No.
They're brilliant.
Okay.
So, well, Ray Davies is
That's him.
in my
That's who was married to Chrissy Hine.
top 5 songwriters of all time.
Sorry, Jim.
That's all right.
It's argued that he invented distorted guitar.
Well, they had different phases in their career. Yeah, they started with "You Really Got Me" and "All Day and All the Night," and nothing like that was heard before. I mean, the Beatles were doing pop music, but that was like almost heavy metal rock.
It's
You know,
rock
that
and
they were
roll,
doing.
yeah.
And he defiantly used those same 2 chords for like 5 hit singles, and they're all good songs. And then he abruptly switched into kind of a music hall mode with stuff like "Well-Respected Man," "Dedicated Follower of Fashion." That stuff didn't chart as well. Then during the psychedelic era, he started doing like really British kind of almost music hall type songs and concept albums about life in a small town. Like Village Green Preservation Society is considered one of the all-time great albums on lists, but it actually didn't chart at all in England when it came out. And from 68, which was Village Green, through to 75, they did like, what's that, 10 or 11 concept albums, which were,
What does it mean to be a concept?
it's
album?
just a storyline.
Okay.
All of the songs are related to
Like
each
that
other.
David Bowie
Yeah.
one we did initially.
Yeah. So it's the entire
It's a
album
story.
tells a
It's a
story. The
story.
songs are all related to each other.
And
yeah.
the Kinks were actually, they were more, the Bowie one's kind of loose and Sgt. Pepper, but the Kinks actually did, kind of meaningful stories, like Arthur was set during World War II, and Schoolboys in Disgrace is my favorite. That was 75.
Great cover on that one.
And Preservation, Acts 1 and 2, that's 3 albums worth, is kind of something that almost predicts the future. If you listen to Preservation now, it sounds like America today, kind of. And that was in 74.
Okay.
That would have made a great movie. If I'd have become successful, that would have been one of my projects. Is
That would have
doing
been a screenplay?
Preservation musical with Ray Davies as Mr. Flash, the bad guy, and David Bowie as Mr. Black, the real bad guy.
Ooh, that's quite a cast. That's
Yeah.
quite a cast.
And in 77, they signed up with Arista Records, and that's when they started to sound good. We're going to talk about production, but that's one of the reasons the Kinks aren't as big as they are, because their albums didn't sound that great in relation to other bands. They weren't produced that well. No offense, Ray, who produced all our albums.
Is he
'cause
still alive?
he is.
Yeah,
He just
they're-
turned 80, by the way.
Happy
A few
birthday.
days ago. Happy birthday, Ray.
When you say they weren't as big, like I think they had loads of hits in the UK. It's just a bit
Oh, yeah.
before my time, so it's like they just couldn't break America, but they were still successful in the UK.
They
Yeah.
had hits.
Yeah, so-
Part of it was in the midst of the British invasion in 65. They got banned from touring in America for 4 years, so that kind of killed their...
Why?
Someone
a good
was like
story.
bad-mouthing the British at like Dick Clark, Where the Action Is TV show, and I guess Ray punched someone out or something.
For 4 years he got banned for that? Wow.
it happens.
I heard it was because they said vagina on air.
That's right. That's right.
why.
But that's interesting that you get that perspective, because you probably grew up with that music, right?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't name the songs, but then Jim started rattling off some of the names, going, yeah, no, that one, no, that one. Not necessarily the Preservation Society, but I'm sure I would have heard them. I've just not
Well-Respected
associated with it.
Man, Sunny Afternoon, you probably
Sunny
heard
Afternoon.
of. Victoria.
And we will be listening to all these
Yeah.
later on the radio show. So for those of you that are listening on
What-
WCOM, hang tight, because in the second and third hour we'll be playing plenty of Kinks for you.
So
What
that's it. The Kinks are my third favorite band behind the Beatles and the Who, all
There you
time.
go.
Awesome.
Nice.
What did you listen to growing up?
Mostly music in the 80s. That was my
But
my
like,
sort.
because there's differences between maybe what you heard more over there than we did here. Do you have favorites?
So, I mean, I like Tears for Fears,
Nice.
Duran Duran. That's what I kind of grew up with listening to.
Yeah.
But the strange thing with that is they seemingly all made it over here. That's why when like we listen to things on like Amazon Music, other music things are available. Myself and my wife, it's like we'll be putting on songs from certain eras, and then we'll both be like, "Yeah, it's cool, cool." And then one song will come on that she's jamming to, and I have
Haven't.
no idea.
Yeah.
I'm like, literally,
From
first
a-
time I've heard this song.
Oh,
And-
really?
and-
From
and
the same
one-
band? From the same
like, Well,
band?
no, from different bands.
But
It's
from
like,
the same
because we
era.
sort of,
Yeah.
like British and American sort of pop culture is,
It's intertwined, but it also
it has
Splits
like
at
deviations.
places, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, have you guys heard of Slade? They were a
heard
band.
of them, yes, but
I mean,
they're not.
they were
they're
very
not
successful.
Huge here. Yeah.
Slade and Status
Come
Quo.
Feel the Noise,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's what they did.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep.
I think it's only famous over here because of a cover
Yeah.
later on or something.
Yep.
And they had the funny spellings before rap people. Noise had a Z in it, I believe.
That's right.
Yep.
Who did that here?
Nope.
Was that the
Sparrow
Beastie
says
Boys?
Duran Duran. Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
good man.
Love
Yeah,
Duran
someone
Duran.
covered
Absolutely.
Slade here.
Was that the Beastie Boys that did that?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
Who was it?
No. Why am I thinking that?
What song?
Come on, Feel the Noise? Who did that?
Some heavy.
Quiet Riot.
That's
correct.
it. That's
Alright.
it. That's it.
And
Yeah.
then Oasis did it later, and their
Yeah.
cover is amazing. I played that on the air in season 1 of the radio show. So.
Was there anybody
Good stuff.
when you came over here and kind of heard what the 80s music over here, retro obviously, that you're like, yeah, they didn't really make it in the UK? Like they weren't that popular?
No, I mean a lot of American music makes it over there, and The only thing which I have to hold my hand up to, especially where we are, is country. There's no I know nothing about country music.
My man.
No, I mean...
That's why he's on the show.
Oh, man, you
I
set
thought it was
this
just
up.
the accents. But no, it's all these mega famous country singers and these songs that everyone sings. I mean, I've heard of Sweet Caroline. Yeah, that made it over. If that's
Neil
That's
Diamond,
yeah,
though.
that's not considered
Yeah,
country,
no.
though. That's
Yeah.
like Americana folk
Okay,
type.
well,
yeah.
But
Yeah, no, that's... so it's interesting because a lot of the bands that you listen to are also bands that I listen to. I think that's something that we bonded over the years and getting to know each other and pub talk and stuff like that. Someone was talking... Do you like... I don't think we ever talked about... Do you like Depeche Mode?
yeah, I think...
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So
some
one of the
stuff.
things that's interesting, somebody said this about Depeche Mode. I found that it's also true of the Smiths and a lot of these bands that are sort of, I hate to even use the term niche, but they are kind of niche bands where over here they had a hit, but then the people who get into them find out that they had a lot of other really
songs,
good
yeah.
songs and stuff. Somebody described Depeche Mode once. They said it's sort of like the greatest secret that you then get to share with all the other people that go to the concert. That's kind of how I felt like when I went to the Morrissey concert. It's this kind of thing of like it's this club that all of the fans are in, and everybody else is kind of on the outside, and they're like, I don't get it, man. You know,
It's a
And
secret.
Yeah,
It's a secret.
So it's this secret club that you and all of these other people.
And there's
are
a
in.
handshake.
And there is, yeah. And so somebody, I forget, I want to say it was in Rolling Stone magazine. They were talking about Depeche Mode like that, and I think it's true. There are a lot of bands that are sort of, if they weren't popular here, maybe they had one hit here, and then.
See, I thought Depeche Mode were popular over here. I thought,
They,
like,
I mean, they certainly had their time.
I'm trying to remember their song.
Personal Jesus was their big hit.
just can't get enough.
Just Can't
another
Get
one?
Enough was their earlier one. So they did.
Disintegration.
There's another one that I can't think of.
Is that another band? Disintegration.
Enjoy the Silence.
Yeah, that's what.
I don't know what I'm thinking of then.
But
Okay.
I mean, they did have quite a few hits. So they're not a one-hit wonder, but they're one of those bands that sort of like is on the periphery.
I mean,
the people who get into them really get into it. Though.
That's normally kind of like the way it goes. The band becomes famous in the UK, and then they go, "We need to break America."
Get that,
or
get
at
that
least
American money.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're doing. And then
a bigger market.
They
It's
go
The
over.
promised
we,
land.
Yeah.
we honestly don't know if they're successful or not, other than like, oh, we see you back in the country. Oh, maybe you didn't go well then.
So let me ask you this. I know this is kind of on the tail end of your. Oh, look out! We
There's
got Boston
Boston
Bill.
Bill.
We'll come back. Stick a pin in that. We'll come right back to it.
I have a question for Jim.
Yeah.
Which
So-
Jim? Which Jim?
Well, I think both Jims could handle this one. What years were the pirate radio in England? And do you
Mid
think that-
60s.
60s. Yeah.
60s? And do you
Yeah.
think that stunted somewhat of the listening palette in England?
They
Not at
weren't
all.
allowed
Because it
to
wasn't-
play rock music.
They
in
weren't allowed
the
to play it, right?
No,
Really?
I think if anything, it's
It
just like
spurred
the
it on.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason that you see rock and roll grow the way that it did out of England.
Interesting.
It's just like the parental advisory sticker did in the U.S. in the late '80s. It's this idea of like we're not supposed to do this, so all the kids do it.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
off the
great.
top of my
Pirate
head,
radio,
yeah.
fantastic, man. We should talk about that at
Yeah?
some time. Maybe in a future
So
show we'll
rock
talk
and roll
about.
was banned
It was, yeah.
in England.
It's dangerous. It makes your hips gyrate. We don't.
In
want-
England?
Yeah,
What years?
absolutely. In the '60s.
They
Oh,
had-
like the Elvis
they-
kind of
they
stuff.
could access. I mean, this is before my time. I know it doesn't necessarily look like
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
but it's before my time.
I think you and Jim kind of are twinning tonight.
Oh, what?
I was going to call him Papa, but thanks for that.
Woo! This is a wild show. All right.
I say that in the nicest way. I love you both.
Of course, it's fine.
Is that camera like profiling both our bald heads?
It is. It is actually. You can look at
The light's right. The light's right on it. The light is right on it.
I mean,
So-
one of us is the Ghost of Christmas Future. I don't know if
That's-
it's you looking at me or me looking at you, but
So what's up with England? All my favorite bands are from England.
They
It's
are.
a little place compared to America.
But I went through this whole thing. So I want to be very fair in the way that I deal with this. But I've been thinking about this since I was in college. So like more than a decade, I've thought about this when I started because I write poetry and stuff. Writing is important to me. If an American wants to say something in a song, it's just I want to sleep with you, just right out there, right out front. Even the gutter snipes, even the trash in England is so well educated compared to the American education system that they find a way to say it poetically. So the lyrical content of the British bands, it's poetry compared to just the straight ahead. sort of way, the American way of doing things. We're a bunch of cowboys over here. You know, we just shoot it straight out.
There
So I
are
think
those
there's
that
something to
don't,
that.
though. I have to digest that because I don't think that I agree with that. But I'm not educated enough to say.
I'm speaking in generalities.
Right.
There are always, I mean,
I
I consider myself a poet, so like I'm from here. I write poetry. It doesn't mean that poetry is completely dead here.
Right.
But I think Jim Morrison is considered the great American poet as far as like lyrical content and stuff. But
like, without getting too highbrow, what is music anyway in terms of what is its purpose and who's listening to it? I would have thought it's possibly to do with the culture in the UK, especially the timelines that you like.
Sure.
Like a lot of people, they're not very poor,
Yeah.
but they don't get very rich unless they come from, you know, like that kind of background
Right,
already.
right.
Whereas like in America, everyone's always striving for
upward
higher and
mobility.
higher.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just the audience. There's probably a lot more people wanting to go to listen to music on a weekly, if not daily basis when they could, whether it's just in the pub or
Yeah.
down the local community centre or something, whatever's going on. I don't know. That's what it seems like for me. Like there's always still pubs and clubs in the UK that have music on every week all across the country. I know that happens like in Nashville and like here there's a big scene, but I don't know what it was like in America at that time, whether people were the same way. I know you don't have the same pub culture.
No, and
here.
I think like there are two song quotes that come to mind in talking about this. One is Pink Floyd, and where they say, what is it? Hanging, haunting, quiet, desolation is the English way, right? So there is this sort of like, it rains a lot. Like it's the same reason that music from Seattle is different from anywhere else in the country. They get that sort of same climate. And then I think there's a Morrissey quote where he says, you know, the American way of doing things is to show lots of teeth and talk loudly. You know, so we grin at everybody and we talk real loud, and it makes it so it's just two different worlds, and so the music is very different. There is a subtle nuance, and if you like that in your music, you're going to get that from music from the British Isles, and if you like your stuff to be pretty much straight ahead and straightforward, you know, there's an honesty to it, certainly.
I think there's an optimism.
It's authentic, right?
Yeah, and
There's
exactly.
more of an
there
optimism
is
in American music
exactly.
than British people's.
It's
like,
much more upbeat
This is bad.
If you like sad songs,
Yeah.
you're much more likely to like. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Americans don't want to listen to that.
Well,
generally.
even Elton John, sad song says so much, right? Like that's it just depends on what you're into. Talking about, not to get too far away from that, but we were talking about British bands that made it here but maybe didn't make it there, and vice versa, bands that made it here and didn't make it there. This would have been sort of the tail end, early 90s stuff. Bush,
Yeah.
they weren't as big in England, right?
I mean, they had some hits from what I can remember. Yeah.
It's my understanding that
but
like
they're
over
not
here,
they're
over
not-
here they had
not
like a
massive.
3-album run that was like
No.
huge
It'd be like-
and
Well, I mean, the fact that I can't remember.
I was gonna say, I
know
think
the
they had-
name, but I couldn't tell you the song. If you said it,
they had like 4 hits off of 16 Stone, and then stuff off of Razor Blade Suitcase and stuff off the Science and things that they kept going, and they're still touring over here now. Okay. And then obviously Gavin Rossdale has an acting career as well. But that's what I was saying. It's my understanding that over
Is he
there
the guy
they
that
were not as
married
big.
Gwen Stefani?
He was
Yes.
married to Gwen Stefani.
Yes.
Yeah. So
So the
I know that.
fact I know that
That's-
means
yeah, that's
they
right.
did something in Britain.
yeah. So
I
it's
knew
interesting.
that when you said the name. I'm like,
It's
huh.
kind of the other way around, where it's a British band that broke here and really wasn't as big of a deal over there. So, because I see them, they'll do like U.S. tours all the time, and they almost never play over there. So,
Yeah, I mean, it does work the other way around. I think in the 80s, we had a guy called Terence Trent D'Arby that had a number of
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
hits. I don't think he was particularly big here, or he might have become bigger after
think
he'd
he
had his
had
hits in
a
the UK,
hit.
and then come back over to America and
Wishing Well?
yeah,
Yes.
hey,
and sign your name.
we got a quote in the chat from one of our patrons. Thank you so much, William McMahon. He says, "Poetry is a song without music. A song without music is like a body without a soul." And that's a quote from Patrick Rothfuss.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yep.
Thank you,
Good stuff.
William.
Yeah, thank you. Well, we appreciate your ongoing support. With patrons like you, we'll be able to go on into season 3, which will be starting in August. So we still got a few shows left in season 2, and we're proud to be here. So thankful for Niche to continue to host us.
That looks like trouble over
for
there.
Rescue Wood Rehab again. Yeah, look at the, that's a picture right there.
That is
That's a
trouble.
picture. I had to switch the cam. You look
Oh,
at that.
that's way
Look
trouble.
at Andy, Ted, Marty. We got Bill there. Look at that.
And the new girl.
And the new girl. There is a new girl back. Look at that. That's awesome. Sweet. Yeah, you're all live. You're live on the worldwide interwebs right now. So, and on the radio, but they can only hear you.
No
They can't
fingers
see
and
you, so.
nipples.
That's right. What a show tonight is. All right, we're canceled. So unsubscribe below. Just
How's the quality out there, Zen?
it's good. We got no drops tonight.
No
Everything's
drops.
good.
Yay.
So we have we cleaned things up tonight. We cleaned up our act. So things are going.
We
forward.
tried.
Okay, so it is time for a quick version of Ramble On because we are actually running a little bit behind here.
Because we've had good conversation.
We have had good conversation tonight. Tonight's a little bit off the rails. So what we wanted to talk about with Ramble On, and this is has a lot to do with last week. So last week the show was, I know, and I thank you all for continuing to support us. Last week was pretty much unwatchable. The video could not be salvaged for the replay. I apologize to our patrons for those of you that are following along. We had lots of technical difficulties. We have ironed it out for this week, and going forward, things are going to continue to get better. We were able to resolve that with the help of everyone here, our team at the Niche, with the help of Zen there, going out of his way to produce the show and take care of us. So it's good. Yeah, he says right now, quality's been solid tonight. So that's good. Thank you, everybody. We have a fantastic team supporting the show. We're thankful for that. What I want to talk about is production fails. What do you do when stuff goes wrong? So what we did last week, you just keep calm, carry on, charge ahead.
Well, I think you have to have a sense of humor about
You
it,
do,
too.
yeah. So
You know, things happen.
That's right. And there have been a lot of famous fails. I know we had talked about it before when we talked about the Super Bowl, but like Nipplegate. You just got to keep rolling. You cut the camera away real quick, and then you just keep rolling.
Well, and I think sometimes fails happen and you don't even know they're happening until after everybody tells you.
That's true.
I don't know if that was the case with Nipplegate, but I mean, there are times where, or you just, like you said, you just keep going.
Or that stuff, there are times that you do know, like when Steven Tyler falls off the stage, or Bret
that's a
Michaels
big
hits
one.
his head walking under the under the sign.
That's a big one.
Or Marilyn Manson, I think
Bill wants to talk about
a stage
Nipplegate.
prop falling. So, yeah, what you got for us, Bill?
Well, the nip slip
Yeah.
created YouTube. A bunch of guys couldn't find it on the internet, so they said, why isn't there a video sharing platform? That brings you Maverick Rose on YouTube tonight.
Hey, look out. That's awesome. Thank you,
All
my
right.
friend.
Well, that's how we got here. That's that
actually-
crooked
that
line
is-
of how we got here.
There you go. It all comes back.
Thanks to Janet's nipple, I guess.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Justin Timberlake who ripped it off?
Yeah,
It was.
It looks so staged and
DUI.
phony.
It's gonna ruin
he
the
just got
tour.
The other
It
night
was
too.
stupid looking.
The World Tour.
Huh?
It's going to ruin the tour.
What tour?
The World Tour.
What world tour?
Justin Timberlake's World Tour.
Oh, the one he's
How
on right
come?
now?
Yeah.
I can't.
That was his quote when he got arrested.
What?
So he was apparently arrested by an officer who was so young he didn't know who Justin Timberlake was. So as Justin Timberlake is getting put in handcuffs and they're putting him in the back of the car, he goes, "This is going to ruin the tour." And he goes, "What tour?" And he goes, "The World Tour."
Wow.
So I'm going to get that on a T-shirt. Like anytime you have a slight inconvenience, this is going to ruin the tour.
Oh, I like that. That could be our catchphrase.
Like, I've never really got that. I always thought famous people didn't drive themselves. I assume
They shouldn't.
I mean,
Apparently not.
There's Glenn Fry had a whole song about it. He said, "I lost my license. Now I don't drive."
I think it depends where they are, right?
Some do. They say Springsteen, when he's got someplace to go, he drives up in his car and parks it like a regular
He's
guy.
a normal.
I
He's
like-
a
he's-
normal
yeah,
guy.
I love
brother.
that.
He's a
Bruce
normal
Springsteen is the
billionaire.
hardest
Yeah,
working
he was-
man in rock and roll.
shopping at the food line down the road.
That's right.
Just
That's
last
right.
week. Yeah.
What would you do if you ever saw Bruce Springsteen in the grocery store?
Run down the other aisle real
Nothing.
quick.
I
He'd
won't
probably
believe
put
it's
me-
him. I'd just go, that guy looks like Bruce Springsteen.
Right.
He'd probably put me in a song. He'd be like, "He was wearing a backwards hat, shopping at the food line." I'd be like, "Come on, man."
I'd look to see what he was buying.
Zen said, he had money for an Uber. Come on, man.
Exactly.
It's like, what are you doing?
But he was drunk, so he wasn't thinking straight.
It's true.
So otherwise, maybe he
He'd
would
just be
have.
there checking out
I've been
the,
there. I've been there.
the deals that are happening. You know,
It
Oh,
took me a while to
that's
learn my
today's-
lesson. I get it.
Eggs are on sale today. Yeah.
Hey, if you're at home and you're by yourself, do me a favor. Take your shirt off.
What? I never knew that was there.
This show is completely off the rails. It's completely off the rails. There you go. Oh! Let's go. Let's go. Look at that.
Blatant plug.
He's got the old school. I got the new school.
Christy,
on.
look at your man.
Here comes
There
your
you go.
man. I love it, man.
That's all you're getting there.
That's all
That's
you're getting.
it?
Is we put it on display.
You're saving the rest for your woman, huh?
right.
Now for my OnlyFans site.
That's right. He's got to keep it. Do it for the content. That's all we get for our
British
Patreon.
Jim has an OnlyFans.
That's all we get for. That's
wow.
right. Go to
We're gonna have to-
onlyfans.com/BJ. No way.
I-
We're gonna look that and Facebook up for the
I
other.
mean,
Jim.
I'm trying to one up the non-British Jim. You know, he's on
It's
Facebook.
gotta
I mean,
mix
Oh,
it
now
up,
you're
man.
non-British, Jim.
This is the progression.
Are you gonna
surely.
friend him on Facebook?
I will, so he can decline. It's fine.
That's why we call him the master cylinder.
Well, it's nice having British Jimmy. Everything he says sounds smarter because of that accent.
That's right. Just automatic plus 10 IQ.
And what I wonder what our accent sounds like to you. I've always wondered that.
It sounds great.
He couldn't even get. It's the eyes for me. It's the eye cut. We'll have to zoom in on
All
that.
right, mate, let's switch. You do that, I'll do this.
Are you Australian?
I don't know. It's just a general. Sometimes I get a little Beatles in there, but it
Well,
depends.
that's better.
what-
That's
Oh, there's a roll adultery
What does-
Cockney type of accent.
What does a Southern accent sound like to you? Is that just really weird?
Haldane.
I mean, it's just what it is.
This is the most racist show that we've ever had. So,
That's not
and that's saying
racist.
something.
It's not racist.
Accents aren't racist.
Sure. Okay.
Unless I do quickie mark.
Oh, now we're canceled. All right. And thank you all. We had a good run. Appreciate it. The show just got pulled from YouTube. All
Keep
right.
watching. Keep
Good
watching.
stuff,
It
good
gets
stuff.
better. Maybe. Maybe not.
Oh my gosh. Zen said, let me just put down a little note for myself for later. We're going to tag this show as explicit. That's right. Mature content only.
It's compared to everything else on the internet, please.
Oh, I know.
Immature
I know.
content.
We got
Maverick was just
nothing
double
but stuff.
checking. Hopefully, this got cut out at this point. Quick, put bud cam on.
That's right. Quick, put the bud cam on. Nobody said knobhead. So we
Oh,
made it
great.
that
The
far.
internet's working fine today.
That's right. Nobody said knobhead or bell end. So we're all right. We
Huh?
made it. We made it. All right. So I think it's time for us to talk doggy to me. We do not have a rescue dog here in house tonight due to more complications, more technical
Oh,
difficulties, but
so a technical
unfortunately,
fail?
but that's okay because we don't have the bud cam tonight either. So what I do want to say is this: we work with Pawfik Match here in the Triangle area. Please go over to pawfikmatch.org. They have all types of adoptable dogs. They're also constantly looking for fosters. We like to support them where we can. I personally have adopted 2 dogs from them. Jim, you guys are currently fostering, is that correct?
Yep, currently fostering with Perfects.
Yeah, who's your dog is Gemma? Gemma.
She is the sweetest,
Yeah, so
sweetest,
go over to
sweetest.
pawfikmatch.org. Check out the dog that they're currently fostering, Gemma, and they have all types of other adoptable dogs there. If you're not able to adopt or foster, please consider donating. They have their Amazon wish list up there. They are always needing food, puppy pads, all types of supplies. So please do what you can. If you can't do those things, volunteer. You can reach out. They have all types of live events. You're able to volunteer there. And no matter what you do, please spay and neuter.
Absolutely.
And adopt. Don't shop, because every
Always,
dog bought is a
always.
dog dead. The shelters are full, and it's crazy out there in the streets. So
You guys have
Please, please,
fostered
please.
quite a few, haven't you?
I think this might
Just
be,
since, like, January.
I'm going to say this is the 7th or 8th.
7th or 8th foster. That's amazing.
And they've all gotten adopted.
Pretty much.
That's awesome.
He's still got one.
Wow.
But yeah, that's amazing.
Gemma's
So-
going to be hard to say goodbye to. She's so awesome. Not that
And
they all aren't. They
if
all
you are
are.
not local to the Triangle area, there are all types of fantastic rescues and shelters all around the country. So please reach out. Even if dogs aren't your thing, there are cats. There are all types
Rabbits,
of
lots of rabbits.
lots of rabbits out there.
But
And
the
even
shelters are screaming because they're so full
they
right
are.
now.
It's absolutely
It's desperate need.
It is desperate time.
I
So
don't-
if there's anything that you can do, please do.
I don't want to take any credit for this, though. It's my wife that
Oh,
is
we
the
know
foster-
that. We know that.
Yeah, we know. Everybody
Thank
knows.
you,
They all know out
Christy.
there.
Thank you,
No,
Christy.
no,
You
really.
know, all the girls have a girl crush on your wife. Just saying. She's a hot mama.
I
All
don't
the
He
disagree.
doesn't disagree. He
obviously.
married her.
And the boys.
Girls and the boys, too.
No,
Yes.
I wrote a song about that in season 1 where we talked about how people get excited when they see Jim come in because they're like, oh,
Is
she's
Christy
coming
here?
with us.
Is
Yeah, it's
Christy
like,
coming?
it's like
Is
no,
Christy coming?
it's and then you get the side. It's like, oh, it's just Jim. No.
That's how it is when I walk in.
I've
and I don't
personally
have Marty.
I've never done that, but I have seen it happen. But anyway, we love you, Jim. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
thank you so
JBJ.
much.
Just British Jim.
Just British Jim. Yeah,
Thank you for cleaning that up.
good stuff. That's nice. Yeah. So JBJ, he didn't give him the to. Oh, look out.
I
That
missed
poor
something.
girl.
There's somebody in the back. Like, look out.
I missed something there.
There's a girl that's gone viral for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Bless her.
We'll talk about it offline. Let's not get into it on the show. But anyway,
Okay.
You'll see it on Facebook soon, Jim.
yeah, it's trending. We'll tag it. Jim will have it up on his page, I'm sure. So we'll tag you. We'll tag you on
Is
that
Zen
one.
managing
Yeah,
your Facebook page?
Marty's tagging you in the video
I
right
hope
now.
so. Somebody better. 'Cause I have no idea what to do.
I can show you. I'll friend request.
Oh no! Oh,
If
no.
Zen can do
I think
it for-
we're still in the last conversation and they're in a different one. So.
Okay, then.
Thank you for your continued support. We do appreciate, again, I just want to shout out to our patrons because without those of you on Patreon, we're definitely not getting monetized on YouTube. So we thank you so much for your
Thank you.
direct support. It means a lot. So shall we write a song? What do you think?
All right, and I want to
Have you got
apologize
the
for
sitar
my
tonight?
ham-handed piano playing last week.
I believe that
No,
was
it
a
was
production
fun. It
show.
was fun.
I'm looking forward to this.
Nicky rolled over in his grave.
Sparrow says we're officially spicy tonight.
I think that makes it more fun to watch.
I've had fun.
I've had fun.
I'm not going to say I've had better.
Yeah, I'm going to play this sitar guitar.
Is this the wonky one?
This is the wonky one.
It's not fixed yet?
Dude, that sounds terrible.
Why is it not fixed? Can you
He
fix
wants to
it?
paint it black. It's not fixed because it's the house guitar, so nobody actually cares.
Nobody cares. Oh, nobody.
We care.
Oh,
I
that's
mean, we
very
care,
sad.
but
That's very
that's
sad.
not-
Shell
that's
out.
fair.
Trouble is, it needs more than a.
We'll have to take up collection at open mic and see if we can get enough money to get.
I
a setup
bet you
for it.
would.
Yeah, we
I bet
probably
you would.
Yeah. Wow. Hey, wait. Do yeah.
There you go.
Day Tripper. It's got that nice kind of. All right, I'm not going to sing it because I don't want us to get get hit any more than we already are. We don't want to get a copyright. But anyway, that's what do you got for me, Jim? Give me
I
something.
don't
Give me
know.
something kind of cool.
Give us a topic, a chord, a
Someone give us a topic.
major, a minor.
Because I
We'll
will
get-
say Maverick
somebody-
won't sing about.
Somebody get British Jim to tap us out a little beat. He's our drummer.
It's got to be British in some way.
All right, I'll try.
Pub crawl.
Hey, ask me if I can sing in a British accent.
Can you sing in a British accent?
Maybe. All right.
You should pub crawl.
That was great, Maverick. That's great.
We're doing a pub crawl, one pub at a time. And Bud is gonna sing along on this little song of mine. I got British Jim, he's rocking along. And every time I say me and Jim, everybody, they drink along. It's Jim and I. It's Jim and I. It's Jim and I. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is a pub crawl song. And me and all my friends are spicy on the podcast. We all get along. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's such a good time at Niche Wine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you to all of you singing along. Take your shirt off if you're alone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Thank you so much for rocking with us here at the Maverick Rose Music Hour. Proud to be a part of Retro Rewind on Rescued Wood
Love it.
Rehab's dime. They're the ones looking out for us.
That's a lot of
And the
R's.
Niche Wine Lounge. It is a lot. Marty and I have talked about that. There's no like sound for Marty and I, but Marty and I have talked about this. We love alliteration. So Rescued Wood Rehab, Retro Rewind. It's we like Maverick Rose Music Hour. We like R's. Things that start with R. We're kind of like pirates. so. Thank you all so much. Thank you to Zen out there for producing the show. Thank you to all of you on YouTube, all of
Thank
those of you
you.
listening at iTunes, Spotify, all those lovely places. Check out jimspilios.com. My man has screenplays. He's got music up there. He's got albums ready to go. Big shout out to Just British Jim.
Thank you,
British Jim out here. He's been rocking with us for a
Thank
long
you.
time. Bill
Yeah.
for dropping in. Andy for being behind the bar, doing his training work. Thank you, Ted, for helping us sort through all of our problems, looking out for the place. Nicole is our new bartender back there. She's looking out for us. So thank you all so much. Check me out over at MaverickRoseMusic.com or Patreon.com/The Maverick Rose Music Hour. We're going to switch over to our radio program now. That is Retro Rewind on WCOM LP. That's 103.5 FM, WCOMFM.org. So thank you so much again for rocking with us.
It's been a fun night.
We will catch you next week. So thank you, YouTube. Thank you
Thank you.
to everyone.
My bridge sucked.
His bridge sucked, apparently. That's what I'm hearing.
The change in the middle of the song.
Well, it must be a British guitar.
We'll see you next